Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to Friday Facts with Jim and Jim. My name is Jim Goza, branch manager for Top Flight Home Loans.
And I'm Jim with Remax Choice Properties.
And we're happy to be here today again to bring you a market update on housing and interest rates. Jim Allen, the Fed met this week.
They lowered rates?
They did not. They actually remained neutral. They didn't raise them.
Well, that's good.
That's always good, right? But seriously, though, they did leave rates neutral, unchanged as expected. Basically, waiting to see what the impact of tariffs are going to be. Right, that's going to be in the upcoming months. All expectations are we may have maybe a quarter point reduction or two in the latter part of the year.
Good.
Still a wait and see, but we'll see. Next year is going to be our movement, a major movement, I think.
You don't control rates?
I do not control rates. I do not, but I do have solutions.
Oh, great. That's great. Yeah, you
so that's what I want to talk about. But anyway, the good news is though, pricing for mortgage rates haven't been affected yet, or they're holding steady. Let's just do it that way. So for now, so that's good news. Good. Jim, we work in the same office. I've seen you run around. You and Jake running around all week.
Yeah.
Where have you been? You've been in and out of the office a lot.
Wow.
I know you've had a good week.
Mainly in Spring Hill.
Okay. What's going on in Spring Hill?
Gosh, some elevated inventory out there.
Okay.
A couple of subdivisions we were in had 10 to 15 homes listed. Yeah, so it's crazy. So my buyers are going to take advantage of that opportunity.
Okay. Good. Probably need to get pre-approved, don't they?
Well, you got my buyers already pre-approved.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Advance, right? Well, that's what I want to talk about.
And we made an offer too. I didn't tell you.
That's right. You didn't tell me.
Sure did.
Okay, good. We need to find out what's going on there. What happened? Closing 2 weeks. We can in some cases, but that's not what I want to talk about today. Today I want to talk about getting pre-approved, when and why, right? To get it pre-approved. Last week we discussed the differences between the two, and I referenced. I want to talk a little bit more about this. They actually go hand in hand, believe it or not. But as soon as possible is a real answer, right? As much as a year. Getting prepared, knowing exactly what the game plan is. Wouldn't you say that puts the buyer in a great position as well as yourself?
Oh yeah, you've got to.
Yeah.
Because homes that are priced right, they move within a few days.
They really do, don't they?
Yeah.
So the strength of the pre-approvals, probably yeah. And we touched on that last week, but how do we get to that point where we get that pre-approval? The reason I want to really talk about this too, or mainly is just this week I had a buyer come to me. They came to me six months ago, but they came back to me. I wanted to get pre-approved, and this is when they were making an offer.
Yeah.
Right. We can do it that way, but that puts a lot of stress on everybody, and sometimes there's not enough time to work on things that may need to be worked on.
Yeah.
Right. And this case is a prime example. These guys thought they knew exactly where their credit scores were at. No problem. They bought before, pulled the credit. They've got a 700 credit score. That makes a difference. And truthfully, this buyer, it's as simple as paying off about $500 worth of credit cards that they owe, and that they can have that 740 credit score. I can probably still do this in less than 30 days, but it's a guess, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I understand.
This is a prime example of why you want to get pre-approved well in advance. 3 months, I would say minimum. Doesn't mean you can't do it past that. It's just to really get prepared, right? Here's the thing: just realtors send people to me to get pre-approved, but that's not just what I'm doing. I'm putting them in the best position. That's my primary goal, right? So all that said, third-party credit monitoring agencies. I want to talk about this because this is where, in particular, this gentleman as well had. Basically thought he had that 700 credit score because his Credit Karma told him that. These are very cheap models. Credit Karma, freecreditreport.com. There's a reason why they don't charge any money or very little. It's great. Not saying do it, but it's a good tool for what's reporting to your credit.
Sure.
What those balances may be. Yeah. But here's the reality. Banks and lenders spend well over $100 for a credit.
Wow. I didn't know that.
They're expensive.
Yeah, wow.
Right? The models that we use to generate a credit score are very aggressive. They're not as aggressive as these other models. So you're going to see, 10, 20, 40 point differences within in a lot of cases. So again, it's not a foregone conclusion, but it happens a lot. And we offer what's called rescoring. Well, what's a rescore? Well, if a buyer comes to me and says, "Hey, I paid this debt off," for instance, and it's not reporting accurately, sometimes can have effect on the credit score. They can also have a collection or whatever's affecting the credit.
Yeah.
I can actually within in some cases a week make these corrections for them, no cost. It's a service we provide for our buyers. We're not going to pay that cost unless it's a very high percentage that it will happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's models I can run that will tell us how to get the best options when it comes to credit. And there's other pieces of the puzzle, income, assets, and all that too. This really helps with making aggressive offer, quick closings. When I referenced 2 weeks earlier, that's why I referenced 2 weeks. A lot of times I can close these in 2 or 3 weeks, but because we've done all the legwork on the front end, so we don't have to wait for other things to make happen. Quick closings, like a reference, and believe it or not, eliminates a lot of stress for the buyer.
Definitely.
It really does.
Yeah.
So anyway, I can talk forever on all this. The best thing to do is just call me, and these and this is an overview of everybody's situations. It obviously is tailored specifically toward you. So if you have something specific, give us a call. Let's just talk about it. That's what we're here for. All right. Before I go too much deeper into this, Jim, I want to end with the home of the week. I know you have a good one.
A 4,100 square foot home, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths in Spring Hill, priced at least $60,000 under market at $749,000, and it's in a terrific subdivision too.
Yeah, I know where that's actually that's a big house. It really is for the price. Well, great. Anything to add here?
I think that's it, Jim.
I think that's all I've got today too. Please give us a call. Have a great weekend. We actually work on weekends, so we're here when you need us. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you.